All right, Ed, thank you very much. Adam Zucker here, and we had a nice 20-minute show ready for you until Christina King came through in the clutch the first time. But we're also standing by to bring you Colorado State and Utah State. That game is just underway, as you can see, on one of the best courts in college basketball, the Utes. The Utah State team, rather, 2-0 in favor of the Aggies as we send it back to you.
All right, Adam, thanks. So good ones here in Virginia and in Utah, but for now, 2:33 to play. Fordham with the 75-74 lead. Seesaw battle. A couple of lead changes in overtime. Free throw shooting down the stretch. A couple of missed opportunities on both sides. And if not for Christina King, Zucker in the studio.
All right, thanks a lot, Ed. Rams fans who thought they might have been missing their team scoring have not missed much so far. It's the Aggies of Utah State up 8-2 right now over the Rams, and we will get everybody to that game as soon as things go final at Richmond.
Welcome to Fort Collins, Colorado. Just about 5.5 minutes into the first half. Utah State with the early lead over Colorado State, 8-2. Utah State in blue, Colorado State in gold. Rory Wolf alongside two-time All-American at Stanford, Jaron Collins. And Jaron, both these teams battling to get into the top 5 of the Mountain West, because in this new format for the Mountain West tournament, if you get in the top 5, you get a bye out of the opening round. What have you seen so far from these two teams?
Well, for Utah State, they're doing a terrific job of executing on both halves of the court. Right now, they are taking the fight to Colorado State. They're getting to the free throw line, they're knocking down the threes, and they're playing pretty free and easy. We'll see if Colorado State can buckle down on the defensive end.
Danny Berger hits both free throws coming off the bench. There's Larry Eustace. One thing you can count on with his teams, every time you ask about one of his teams, they're going to play defense and rebound. As Avila is fouled and will go to the free throw line. Avila, redshirt junior from McAllen, Texas.
2 free throws for the Rams, J.J. Avila.
Foul on Kyle Davis.
See the baseline rip through. A little too much body contact on that jump shot. But J.J. Avila doing a good job of getting to the free throw line. That's what you want to do if your team is struggling on the offensive end.
For Colorado State on the floor, Bejarano, Octius, Dwight Smith, who came off the bench. Jerson Santo is also in there with John Octius. Rowland, Medlin, Shaw, Berger, and Davis for the Aggies. As you can see, Colorado State struggling from the field, 1 for 7. And 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Beautiful bounce pass from Medlin. He's immediately double teamed. And he travels with it before he can get a timeout. Both these teams come in with a 2-game winning streak. Colorado State tied for 6th in the Mountain West. Utah State tied for 8th. And it's something I can't recall ever having in any game at any level. The two head coaches used to coach the other program. Steve Morrill spent a bunch of time here at Colorado State. And then he replaced Larry Eustace at Utah State. Bejarano's 3 is short. He's almost tracked it down, but Dwight Smith gets there first.
I tell you, that's a very difficult shot. If you're going to shoot that, I mean, you got to have a lot of confidence in yourself. And right now, I don't know that that's the best shot selection for Bejarano right now.
Octius the 3 off the back iron. They stay cold from long distance. First meeting on January 15th, won by the Aggies 57-50. Colorado State shot only 36% from the field. Bejarano had some contact there from Jared Shaw, no call. Santo from 16, he knew he missed it. He started tracking that ball, but the Aggies come away with it. Offensive foul. Tanale Rowland.
Got to stay under control on the half court.
Marcel Davis checks into the game. Sophomore from American Fork, Utah. Smith, not much of a threat to shoot it from beyond the arc. Avila's got a whole host of moves. That time he goes to his right. Up and under move, well done. He is able to beat Jalen Moore on the play.
It's one of those things that Avila's not going to beat you with above-the-rim skills, but he has a great feel for the game. You see the baseline spin move, excellent post player.
Preston Medlin with the basketball. Floater short. Loose ball, Smith has it. Smith is the energizer for the Rams. He can do a lot of different things, gets to a lot of 50-50 balls. Aki is good at creating off the dribble. He's from Miami, Florida. We're going to double Avila, and Avila tries to take it himself. Good box out by Jordan Stone.
That's going to be a key factor for Utah State. They have to keep Colorado State off of the offensive glass. In their last game against Air Force, they had 21 offensive rebounds.
Berger looks inside.
Easy, easy.
Medlin the triple, can't get it this time. Medlin's now 1 for 2 from long distance. Avila's doubled, good pass. Octius, no. Jalen Moore the rebound, the true freshman from North Logan, Utah.
It's an excellent pass out of the double team. You got to be able to finish that bunny.
I can't believe you haven't talked about Jalen Moore's hair yet. It's all you can talk about at shoot around. Medlin knocks down the baseline jumper. Preston Medlin, senior from Carlton, Texas, averages over 13 points per game. Really smart with the basketball. Assist to turnover ratio of 3.3 to 1.
Takes care of the basketball, and he's been huge, especially in their last 2 games that they've won in the second half.
An errant pass will go into the backcourt, and that'll be a turnover. So we will take a break. Utah State right now on top of Colorado State 12-6. We're coming back with more basketball. Now let's take a look at the AT&T Fast Analysis.
On Colorado State's 2-game win streak, they've been sharing the basketball extremely well, hitting guys on time and on target, cutting to the basket, averaging 15 assists in those 2 games. And then for Utah State, they're the #1 3-point shooting team in the Mountain West, shooting 41.6% from the 3-point line. Preston Medlin, Spencer Butterfield, and JoJo McGlaston doing an excellent job of knocking down those 3-point shots.
All right, Wolf, alongside Jaron Collins. And Jaron, for both these programs, the goal tonight, get the win. Bigger picture, move into the top 5 in the Mountain West and get a first-round bye in the conference tournament.
Well, both of these teams are riding 2-game win streaks coming into tonight. If they can finish the second half of the conference play well, that 5th seed is there for the taking.
Colorado State comes in tied for 6th in the conference. Utah State tied for 8th, but only 1 game separates these programs. Colorado State at 5-6, and Utah State at 4-7. Lob pass can't be collected, and the Rams come away with it. Bejarano with the basketball. Arguably one of the most diverse players. And when I say diverse, he can do everything. He's Mr. Versatility.
You're right. In his last home game here against Nevada, he almost had a triple-double. He had 24 points, 10 rebounds. Excuse me, against UNLV. He had 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. But in the early parts of this game, he's settling for too many jump shots. That was a good sign. I like that drive right there, where he's being aggressive, trying to get to the free throw line, trying to cut into this lead with no time coming off the clock.
Just under 10 minutes to go in the second half. Utah State won the first meeting between these two teams. Protecting home court so big in the Mountain West. Foul underneath against the Rams. It's going to go against Marcus Holt. And let's take a look at some early highlights.
You see the baseline drift, baseline Baseline drive, baseline drift, and Utah State doing what they do best, knocking down those threes. Colorado State has to defend the three-point line if they want any chance in beating them to this evening.
Utah State averages more than 7 made threes per game. And Colorado State, that is a real weakness. They do not shoot the ball well from beyond the arc. Morrill wanted a slower tempo game. Head coach for Utah State's going to like that a lot right there. Jared Shaw, who leads the team at just under 15 points per game. Senior from Dallas, Texas, transferred from Oklahoma State.
Yeah, and he's picked up his play in the last 2 games that they've won, having a double-double in both of those games.
Deciman in traffic finds Cone. Cone is their designated three-point shooter. Avila gets the 2. Jared, you were a big guy. You played on the block. How do you deal with the double if they're going to bring it every time?
Well, you go before the double gets there. But right there, that double was still there. But if you're defending on the block there, if you're Jalen Moore, you cannot allow him to turn baseline away from where your double team help is coming from.
6-point game. Butterfield baseline jumper barely scrapes the front iron. 2 very seasoned head coaches. Stu Morrill in his 28th year as a head coach. Deciman's 3 off the back iron. And Eustace in his 23rd year as a head coach. And here's the break. 3-on-2. They can't come up with the easy 2. Bejarano's triple, no. Holt's tip, no good. Avila still fighting for it and saved by the Aggies.
For Utah State, they have to be able to finish the defensive possession and get those defensive rebounds. Colorado State, one of the best offensive rebounding teams. They had 19 in their last outing against Air Force. Excuse me, 21 offensive rebounds. Don't want to shortchange them.
Especially a guy like you who's all about rebounding. I expect you to be all over that. Butterfield nails the jumper. It's a long 2, not a 3. Butterfield averages 13.5 points per game. And what I think is most impressive for an outside shooter, 49% from the field and then 46.7 from beyond the arc. This is a guy who can just flat out shoot the basketball.
And his last 2 games, he's shooting 74%. And I don't understand why the Colorado State defenders keep going underneath on the pick and roll.
Going way off on the jumper. Bejarano the rebound. Bejarano's a guard, but he leads the team in rebounding at 8.5 per game. Sloppy start for the Rams.
They're doing a good job of coming up with those offensive rebounds, but they've got to be able to capitalize on those extra possessions. They have to be able to convert.
Butterfield finds Shaw. Shaw's jumper, no. Bejarano, another rebound. He's got 5 already. Where is the offense going to come from for the Colorado State Rams, Jaron?
I think you got to go to Avila down on the block, take advantage of the freshman defending him.
That's a really tough shot, no good. Marcel Davis the rebound. McGlaston wide open, and he connects on the triple.
You cannot let JoJo McGlaston get his feet set. You see the miscommunication and defensive transition for Colorado State.
They're 3 for 5 from three-point land already.
And these are wide open looks that you're allowing the #1 team in the conference from the three-point line get against you.
Avila got good position in the post. Shot spins off. He's had a couple of good looks.
Yeah, Colorado State's not defending the three-point line. They missed some bunnies. They need to clean up their play if they want to chip into this lead.
Avila's got 6 of the Rams' 8 points thus far. McGlaston looking, and we're going to have a foul. It goes against Jared Shaw. We will take a break. The Aggies off to a terrific start. They lead 19-8.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is brought to you by Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness.
Our score, Utah State leads Colorado State 19-8. And this may surprise some basketball fans in America. You think about the greatest programs in this century. No surprise, Duke, Kansas, Gonzaga, Memphis, Florida, and there it is, Utah State. 74% of their games they've won since the 2000 season.
That just speaks to the excellence year in and year out for the Aggies.
Stu Morrill's done a magnificent job there. Over the course of his career, he's been the coach of the year in different conferences a total of 6 times in 28 years.
So you're telling me he's pretty good?
Yes, I think we can go with that. Runner from Avila, no good. Davis the rebound. The Aggies have been contesting most shots. And again, they want to play a lower scoring game than Colorado State. Medlin is bumped. That's the 4th team foul on Colorado State. 5 so far on Utah State.
It's one of those weird stats, but for Utah State, they're 5-0 when they hold an opponent under 60 points. Right now, they're on pace to do that.
Carlton Hurst, who just checked into the game. Last Wednesday night, he was on fire against UNLV. He did not miss a shot from the field, going 5 for 5. He wears number 12. Octius finds Hurst. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Avila's double. Octius, the runner, count it. John Octius.
And that's what you want if you're Colorado State. Somebody aggressive, attacking, punching the paint, punching a seam. They've got to pick up their production on the offensive end and cut into this lead.
Medlin, long jumper, no. Stone the rebound, fresh 35. Stu Morrill coached here for 7 years, but his first game coaching here for Utah State, it's been 16 years for Stu Morrill since he coached a game here at Moby Arena. And there is coach.
You see the passing out of the double team, the show and go, punching the paint with the dribble drive. And that's the type of aggression that Colorado State needs to play with.
Well, he had a big second half against Air Force as Butterfield launches the 3 and connects. 4 made threes already. So 12 of the 22 points for Utah State have come from beyond the arc. And the Rams get another timeout. If you're there, Eustace, what can you do to make sure your guys are closing out on the terrific three-point shooting?
They got to change their defensive philosophy right now for Colorado State. On all of these screens, whether it be a man cutting or off the ball or with the ball in a two-man situation, the defender on the shooter is going underneath. You got to lock and trail, meaning you got to get behind the person and become his shadow coming off these screens. It's just too easy right now on the defensive end for Colorado State. Utah State is just doing an excellent job of knocking down those threes.
Utah State 4 of 7 three-point shooting. 8 for 20 overall. And the numbers for Colorado State not pretty so far, Jaron. 0 for 7 from beyond the arc and just 16.7% from the field.
You see Utah State giving Colorado State a different look going into a little 1-2-2 matchup zone.
Dwight Smith almost lost the handle. Nice cut by Hurst. Way too strong with it. Aggies on the move. Butterfield connects. Beautiful pass from Medlin. And this Aggie team's fired up.
That was just great offensive execution. Jared Shaw did an excellent job of rolling to the basket. Butterfield coming up off of his back. Catch and shoot basketball at its finest.
For Butterfield, that was his 100th made career three-point field goal. Octius, free throw line jumper, no. Dwight Smith comes away with it, creates contact, no. Fight for it, Aggies come away with it. We will take a quick break. It's all about the Aggies right now. They lead by 15. Coach Eustace, coaching up his guys. And Jerem, one of the things you've been harping on throughout the beginning of this broadcast is getting over the top of those screens and making sure somebody has a hand in the face of the Aggies three-point shooters.
You've got to be there on the catch. Spencer Butterfield, Preston Medlin, JoJo McGlaston. When those guys catch the ball, you have to be there on the catch and bring them, first of all, pressure, force them to dribble into your help side defense. Right now, Utah State, their shooters are running too free and easy. They're knocking down shots.
This game's so critical for both programs. Colorado State in a tie for 6th. Utah State in a tie for 8th, but only one game separates them. And really the ultimate goal is to get into the top 5 before the end of the season, so they would draw a bye in the opening round of the Mountain West Conference Tournament. Bejarano to the free throw line. Transfer from Arizona. In conference play alone, he's 5th best in scoring.
This is what you need to do when you're struggling. Look, they're 4 for 27 from the floor. Can't throw it in the ocean, but what you can do is be aggressive. Put pressure on the defense. See if you can get to the free throw line and convert and chip into the lead without any time coming off the clock. I mean, you're here at home. If you make a couple plays, put a couple defensive stops together, your fans will rally around you.
1 for 2. The last foul was on Spencer Butterfield, so he'll sit down with 2 personal fouls.
It's very important for Colorado State to put some defensive stops together to chip into this lead and gain some momentum going into the half.
Medlin, he wanted that shot. Disappointed he didn't take it. He's going to come back and get the basketball. Rowland will drive, has his shot blocked. Ball out of bounds, but the shot clock expires. Ball did not hit the rim.
It's a good help side defense right there by Dwight Smith. We talked about his energy that he provides, a spark off of the bench. Great defensive possession for Colorado State. And that's what they need to build to cut back into this lead. Defensive stops.
The lead is 14 for Utah State. Just 2:09 to go in the first half. Stu Morrill, he's not used to being on that side of the court. He's used to being down where Larry Eustace is. Again, if you're just joining us, these 2 head coaches used to coach at the other school.
What did we talk to Coach Morrow about at that shoot-around today? It was like, was he expecting to be heckled by the same guys who used to cheer him a couple years ago?
It'll be hard to heckle his team right now with them winning 25-11.
The scoreboard is the best silencer.
Octius, he's 2 for 2 on those kind of shots when he gets into the paint.
Again, if you can punch a seam, attack, get yourself into the paint, put that pressure on Utah State's defense.
Medlin from the elbow, fadeaway, yes. Preston Medlin.
And that is the crowd silencer right there. The crowd was starting to get into the ball game, trying to rally around their guys. Preston Medlin had the answer for him.
Medlin's already got 7 points. Dwight Smith in the lane, can't finish with the left.
Utah State's doing a good job of getting that defensive rebound against Colorado State. You've got to be able to finish the possession. They go to the offensive glass every single time.
Davis looks over at his coach, plenty of time on the shot clock. Shaw sits the high screen. Davis, Medlin's triple, in and out. 7-second difference, game clock to shot clock.
Colorado State, they can hold for the one of the last possessions if they want to.
Fair to say they'll take the best early shot they can get.
You're right. The way that they're playing right now, though, they're looking to take the last shot, though.
Bejarano saw a seam, and it's going to be a block. And Bejarano to the free throw line.
And that's one of those with the new rules. It's just so much easier for the ref to make the correct call. The defender has to be established and set prior to the offensive player, Bejarano, going into the upward motion. Right there, you can see the help side defense a little bit late.
Checking in for Utah State, number 21, Spencer Butterfield. For the Rams, number 15, jersey, St. Terry, replaces J.J.
Bejarano to the free throw line to shoot two. His team trailing 27-13. Bejarano, 6'4", 202 pounds, redshirt junior from Phoenix, Arizona. Coming up on AT&T at the half, join Adam Zucker, Wally Zerbiak, Mateen Cleaves, and John Rothstein with a live update from our New York studios, a look around college basketball. They'll be talking Florida and Tennessee, Wichita State and Southern Illinois, and San Diego State at Wyoming. All that coming up on AT&T at the half.
I mean,
well, when the Aggies have a lead at the half, they're tough to beat. And they've got a sizable lead right now. It's 12. They're going to get a timeout. What do you think Coach Morrill wants to run right now? They've been able to get open looks from three-point land. Do you go for the three, or do you get it inside to Shaw?
if I'm Coach Morrill right now, I'm drawing up something to go for the dagger. See if he can hit a three, seize that momentum going to the half. But then the most important thing is a crucial thing. You do not want to shoot the basketball with too much time on the clock, allowing Colorado State an opportunity coming back at you.
Shot clock is off, 11.1 seconds remain in the half. Butterfield's back on the floor with 2 personal fouls. Butterfield's got 8, Medlin's got 7. Butterfield has hit both of his shots from long range. We'll see if they get it to number 21 for the final shot. Finger roll is good from Kyle Davis. What a half for the Aggies. They have silenced the crowd here at Moby Arena. And they will head to the locker room at the end of the first half, leading 29-15. After the break, stay tuned for AT&T at the half. They've got lots to break down. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.